Hello, my name is Zirmus. Welcome back to 1 Hour, 1 Life. In this video, I'm going to be giving a tutorial on how to make fire. This is the second important step after you've learned how to just basically survive by eating. So, in order to do this, we're going to have to get into some advanced, intermediate crafting, I guess. So we're going to need supplies. We're going to need, there's three different kinds of branches here. There's this straight branch, which you get from these maple trees. There is, let's look around here. We've got these yew trees, which drop these yew branches. We're not going to be needing these right now. But then there's also this Lombardy poplar tree, which drops these curved branches. We will be needing some of this. So we're going to collect some of these supplies here. And we're going to use our handy dandy sharp rock. And we're going to go ahead and start with this curved branch, because we need to make a fire. We'll start with a straight branch. So we use our sharp rock on it. And it makes this long straight shaft. We're going to need this in order to make some fire. We're also going to need to shave down this curved branch into a small curved branch. Make sure to remember rule number 1, eat so that you don't die. Next we're going to need a bunch of rope. So this is going to require this plant, which is called milkweed. So see here it is fruiting milkweed. There's 3 stages. Fruiting is when you want to pick it. It'll drop this milkweed debris, which lets you take seeds out of it. If you grab it during any other stage, see this is fruiting here, it just changed from, flowering. If you pick it while it's flowering, or here's the basic stage. If you pick it here or while it's flowering, you will kill the plant and it will not regrow. If you pick it while it's fruiting, it'll drop this debris and then there'll still be a stem and then it will regrow. This is law number 1 of sustainability in 1 Hour, 1 Life. You need to only pick fruiting milkweed. It looks like you can pick it now. It's flowering, right? Nope, you gotta wait. So you just wait a little bit longer. And now it's fruiting. Pick the fruiting. You're good to go. This does, however, take 60 minutes to regrow. So you will not see it regrow in your lifetime. But it's very important that you follow this rule and only pick from fruiting milkweed. Milkweed is very important for a lot of crafting things and advancing of society. So if you, so you got to be careful. If you don't see it change to fruiting, you might not want to grab at it or you might miss. What about you, guy? You good? There we go, got one. So it's very important. You only want to pick the fruiting milkweed. So if you take 2 of these milkweeds, we look over here, milkweed stalk, 2 of them combine to make thread. Thread, which is very important for making clothes, is not what we need just yet. But if we pick it up, we can see that if we combine 2 threads, we can make a rope. And rope is important. So we're going to grab this rope and take it back to base. See, it took 4 milkweed to make one rope. And if all the milkweed gets destroyed, it's very difficult to craft this stuff. Okay, so remember to eat. And then if we take this rope, we can combine it with a small curved shaft to make a small bow drill, which is what we got right there. So we're almost ready to be able to produce some heat through friction. The straight stick is actually quite useful. So we take a straight branch and we make a long straight shaft. If we hit it with our sharp stone again, we make this short shaft. So this is the next piece that we need to add to the bow drill bow. So this item, this is how we make some heat. So I can use this on a long straight shaft to make an ember shaft. So this is a little bit of heat and this will be the first step in making fire. If we look at our fire bow drill here, one of the things you can craft it is with a flint arrowhead to make a flint tipped bow drill. Do not do this. If you do, you make a completely separate tool and you can no longer use it to make fire and you'll have to make the bow drill from scratch again. So be very careful that you don't go that far. Right like it is here without the arrow tip is all you need. So let me go over here. There was a berry bush because my 2 berry bushes near home are depleting. It's always important to remember to eat and think ahead of what your next meal is going to be. So we've got a lot of the parts we need, but there's still one more tool we're going to need in order to be able to make fire. So in order to make fire, we need kindling. In order to make kindling, we're going to need to make a stone axe. So this will require another sharp stone because we still will always use that basic sharp stone. So it's important to keep that around. So let's make a second sharp stone like that. And we're going to need another short shaft as well. So let's go find us another straight stick, not the yew stick. Let's eat some berries, don't want to die. I should start looking around for another berry bush that can help me out. We don't want the curved sticks. Here we go. So the maple tree's got the straight branches for us, sorry. Here's another berry bush. That's good. I'll remember this one. It's good to try and remember your surroundings so that you know where all your food is. And you got the arrow pointing to home. That's always important. So if we take this, take our sharp stone, give it a good whack, give it another one. Now we've got the shaft. However, in order to tie the sharp stone to it, we're going to need another piece of rope. So now we need to go find 4 more milk thistle. Let's go ahead and take our basket. I picked these carrots earlier. A good idea to carry some food with you when you go exploring, just in case things get bad. And then, you know, I don't need the sharp stone for this trip, so we're okay. But I often like to keep the sharp stone with me. Alright, so here's a milkweed that's flowering. We'll go ahead and sit here and wait a moment. The milkweed does grow in the green area, if I didn't already say that, so it's important to look in the correct biome for the item you're looking for. Also, when you have the basket, it's really easy to collect milkweed because as you turn it into thread and rope, you can combine them and then fit it into your one basket slot. So notice I'm getting hungry. One thing you want to kind of be careful with is don't overeat. Like if I'm pretty full, I don't necessarily, like if I only had 2 or 3 missing spots here, I wouldn't want to eat a carrot because then it'd be kind of like wasted calories. And calories are very limited in this game. Okay, see, so I can combine this into thread, stick the thread in my basket. Move on. So on the main servers, you'll find that it's often very hard to find milkweed because people have accidentally consumed it all without preserving it. So you might need to travel a lot, actually. If you find there's absolutely no milkweed and you're trying to start a new area, you're not like born into an existing society, you might need to keep traveling, pick a direction and keep traveling in that direction until you can find an area that has some resources. Because if it, you know, just like real world, if you deplete all the resources, then you can't create a new society or whatever. Alright, so let's keep going here. We need 1 more piece of milkweed. Ooh, some more berries. If you're wandering around and you find a new berry bush, sometimes good to stop and fuel up there. I like to leave like some berries on berry bushes because if you completely eat it, then am I quick enough? There, I got it. Okay, so I'll take this back home. So if you leave like a berry or 2 on a bush, then when maybe you're starving and you come back to that area, it might save your life, right? There's plenty of times where I'm just working away and I forgot to eat completely. And I'm like, shoot, and you're like running, and then you find an empty berry bush. And then you're like, well, darn. Alright, so I got my rope here. I'm going to combine this with the short shaft. And now we've got the tied short shaft. Take the sharp stone, combine it with that. Now I've got stone hatchet. This is how you get all your kindling needs met. So you can take this stick, you got the straight branch, you can take the U branches, and you can take the curved branches. Any of these different stick things. Let's get 1 more. Where's the tree? Tree with a branch, please. There we go. So you can just collect these kind of, if you got a son who's of age to pick stuff up, tell him to go collect branches or whatever. And then you give these all a whack with your stone staff and they all turn into this kindling. So we're almost ready to start making fire. Step 1 is make sure you don't die. See, that berry bush is empty now. It's not going to last as a emergency berry bush. So 2 last pieces of items we need. We got this juniper tree, very important tree. It's the only one that has this tinder, so we're going to need that. And then the maple trees, and also I think the ones that give you the curved branches. After you've taken the branches, you can pull a leaf off of them. Bloop. So we'll need that. So you're going to take the firebow drill, use it on the long straight shaft. Now we got that little ember shaft. Get your leaf, and use it on the ember shaft, and now it's kind of like a little bit on fire, and then you drop that on the tinder. Now we've got a smoldering tinder. You can drop the leaf, give it a little second, and now you got the little burning tinder, and now throw kindling on it. Boom, fire. So it's pretty complicated the first time, but once you get it figured out, it's not too bad. So now if we notice, when I'm standing near it, my temperature has risen. If I stand right on it here, my temperature goes up even more. When your temperature is close to the middle here, you consume food a lot slower. So now you can live longer with eating less. So like if you're on your own, you don't want to just stand around the fire all day. But if you have children, telling them to stay near the fire to keep them stay warm means they'll need to eat a lot less, and that's really important. So in addition, if you've got extra kindling, you can throw it on top of your small fire, and that will make a big fire. However, this is a large fast fire because you only have kindling. Way later, when you get like logs, you can make firewood and put it on here, and that'll make a much better fire. So that's going to do it for this video. The next one I'll go over what we do with fire, which will be cooking some animals, some more food, and how to make clothes. So that'll be the next step in survival. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much for watching.